warm welcome one and all to our stream for today's Mid-Season Showdown, the second Mid-Season Showdown here in Singapore for the 2018 format. My name is Matthew Hui.
And I'm Justin, and we're here at the National Library, where we are underway currently for round 2 between Ian Lim and Rain.
Yeah, specifically here at Informatics Academy, the 13th floor of the National Library, our sponsor, our venue sponsor for today.
Yeah, I don't believe it's the first time. We came here before, I believe, for another tournament.
This is our third time here. They've always been a very warm, welcoming venue for us. Look forward to future tournaments here as well.
I do recall they had the last time we were here was with Hearthstone, I think. But that's here we're just alone today, so
That's
rather
true.
quiet.
Yeah, typically becoming one of our favorite venues to hold our mid-season showdowns. And today a turnout of around 30 over players.
34 players today. Yeah. They did put a cap for 64, but we didn't even, not even close to reaching the cap. So we'll be having 5 rounds of Swiss today. Currently at the second one, where Rain and Ian, I think, are prepared to go into team preview.
Yes, Ian's team going to be the Tyranitar,
Oh, they've
Excadrill,
actually selected.
Salamence, Tapu Fini, Zapdos, and the Aegislash.
And on Rain's side, we do have Metagross, Zapdos, Tyranitar, Landorus, Fini, and Amoonguss.
Rain's team pretty unchanged from what he's been using for the 2018 format so far, and notably, Rain was the highest performing Singaporean
in Sydney.
at the Sydney Internationals,
Yeah.
with probably a close, if not identical variant to what he's using right now.
You know, the saying, if it's not broke, then you don't fix it. And he's a 1-up, so things seem to be working for him, at least at the start of this tournament.
Yeah, leading with the Landorus and the Metagross. Landorus Intimidate going to kick in first, so no real indication to either player on Landorus' likely item, since it does outspeed the Zapdos, so it has some speed investment, though it's unclear to Ian at least whether or not it is choice scarfed, unless he is running a max speed Zapdos.
Yeah.
In which case he would know the Landorus outspeeds him thanks to a scarf.
Did we see the pressure come out?
Yes, we did see pressure, but after the Landorus, so but it could be the Ian's just running a slow Zapdos. So for now, you can't really draw any conclusions as to whether or not Rain is running the choice scarf.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Ian switched up his team. He was running a more Trick Room oriented variant of the team a while back in the previous tournament with the Mawile and Cresselia. Now he's choosing instead to opt in with the Fini and Zapdos,
Which he leads here, in fact.
I guess the position is pretty okay. Nothing really very threatening unless the Metagross decides to Mega Evolve, and if he has Zen Headbutt, which a lot of variants of teams have chosen to forego that step move on Metagross.
Yeah, a lot of Metagross players have decided the accuracy on Zen Headbutt is not worth it, and have opted for the additional coverage of carrying both Ice Punch and Stomping Tantrum.
And we do see Ice Punch here.
Into the Zapdos, no Intimidate switched in, or even if switched in, it wouldn't have affected Metagross.
Yeah, no berry. Oh, sorry. We did see the
Misty Seed.
Seeds.
And yeah, Zapdos will just go down to the double target. Landorus revealing that it is not scarfed, but does get the KO on Zapdos anyway with the Rock Slide after the Metagross moves.
Do see a Muddy Water coming out. No flinches here, and Metagross, Mega Metagross, is susceptible to accuracy drops now.
A very good chunk of damage done to the Landorus, so probably safe to assume it is not Assault Vested.
Tectonic then, I suppose, would be the most logical choice.
Yes, Rain has shown his inclination to use the Groundium Landorus in the past.
Could be quite troublesome for Ian then, because both of his Pokemon outspeed Ian's Pokemon. Oh, okay, we do see the Mans come in with the Intimidate. This is really good, because now Landorus and Metagross can't really output as much damage as before.
But Ice Punch is still going to do a good hefty chunk to the Salamence. At least 80%, I think.
But at least now I think the Fini is pretty safe, in a pretty safe position, not really fearing the Tectonic now that the Landorus is at -1. So I guess an easy protect here from the Mans could bait out the Ice Punch. But then again, Fini, based off the damage, also can't really KO.
I think.
Yeah, but look at the damage from Metagross. Not even 50%, it's barely 30% even.
Yeah, and that's also given that it didn't miss last turn either.
Yeah.
It could miss this turn given its shaky accuracy.
So I guess Ian can consider switching out his Mans into what could be at the back, the Excadrill or Aegislash, I think, more likely.
Yeah, unlikely. Looks like he didn't bring his Sand this game. Or maybe it is the Mega Tyranitar. Though in which case there will be an interesting Salamence set. Zapdos does reveal its own Misty Seed on Rain's side of the field, as Salamence just opts to protect, preserving its Intimidate.
Not even Mega Evolving, so you're right.
And hit into the Fini though. Rain calls the Salamence, avoiding the Ice Punch. And Fini is going to be able to move through the flinch, as Muddy Water goes off, doesn't miss again. Lands on the Zapdos, but it does have its special defense increased.
No accuracy drops as well. So it's just damage output from the Fini, which is not looking in a good position at this
However,
point.
at this point, I think Salamence can pick off the Metagross with a double edge.
Are you sure it is a resisted hit though?
Yes, I do believe it can.
Hmm.
Metagross, Salamence is still a very, very strong physical attacker.
Which begs the question: does it have that?
Yeah, and I think Rain
double
does
edge.
recognize the play, brings in the Landorus to possibly sacrifice itself in order to get the Intimidate onto Rain's Salamence.
Yeah, that's pretty smart too, because the Zapdos could easily just pick up the K on the Fini also, so there isn't much loss in momentum, but Ian recognizes that
gonna
and
be
switches in
the
his last Pokemon, which is the
Aegislash.
Aegislash. Yeah, pretty logical choice, considering his last two, the other two is a duo that most likely will be used together. And we do see it is the Mega Man.
So I do expect to see either a double edge or fire attack into the Landorus slot. We
Ooh,
do see the
flamethrower.
Flamethrower come out. Should pick off the Landorus since it is not assault vested. Ooh, I
not
think it
enough.
is assault vested.
Well, then the Fini item could be,
Choice Max.
yeah, could not be, as in, it could
Maybe
be
it wasn't
something
Choice
aside from
Max.
choice specs. I believe a lot of Fini players have opted to run for the Pinch Berry instead for the recovery.
And it's not Scarf, and we do know that for sure.
And it wasn't knocked down into the range of triggering the berry, unfortunately, for Ian. So Tailwind is set up for Zapdos, for Rain, I should say. So very good position. I guess it isn't really very useful, considering that Rain's Pokemon already naturally outspeed most of Ian's before the
It
man
does
came
take
into
away
the picture.
Salamen's main
Yeah.
advantage, which is the speed.
Mm.
And now he just has to worry about... Well, actually no. Now he has to think about what is the Landorus item. Does he fear a Groundium or not?
Yeah, and we'll switch out Demands for the Fini. Okay, maybe choosing to sack. And we do see a Thunderbolt come out.
Into the Aegislash? No, into the Tapu Fini. We'll go down and give Landorus a free attack into Aegislash. And we do see it is going for the attack. And it is going to be the Groundium Z.
Ooh.
So that's just a Salamence with really low special attack investment based on their flamethrower damage.
Yeah, I guess it's not uncommon for Manses to sacrifice to still run Jolly and run Flamethrower.
And it's also true that even if they don't run Assault Vest, many Landorus do choose to invest in special defense to survive at the very least Cresselia and Porygon 2 Ice Beams.
Okay. Aegislash will go down to a single Tectonic Rage. That is good to know, and Ian will be just down to his mans, which unfortunately, as you mentioned, will be outsped by Rain's Pokemon under Tailwind here.
And even if he chooses to stall out the Tailwind with Protects, Rain's just going to cycle his Landorus out and bring it back in later for the Intimidate. Especially now that he knows that Ian is definitely not running especially an offensive Salamence based on that Flamethrower damage.
All in all, a very clean game for Rain. He hasn't lost a single one of his Pokemon. I think this is the closest you can get to what you would call a perfect game.
Yeah, I
If
think
none
Ian
of his
really
Pokemon
suffered
falls.
by not having access to the... Actually, it's hard to say because the temptation is of course to lead Aegislash because it's his best answer to Metagross, but Rain easily answers that with the Groundium Landorus.
Yes, and if you look to the other combination of Tyranitar Excadrill, that is still susceptible to Landorus as well, because both of the Pokemon both of the same Pokemon here are really reliant on their attack stat. Does survive with 3 HP. I don't expect it to matter that
Flamethrower
much.
again going to pick up Landorus without taking recoil. It's
So-
actually a good indication to Rain as well that the physical attack on Salamence is probably double edge and not return, since Ian didn't want to take recoil there.
Well, at least Rain has lost his perfect game. He did lose the Landorus. So I do think he's happy with the outcome here. He'll take.
You wonder though if he had gone for double edge that turn to pick off the Metagross and had taken out the Landorus that turn, might the game have gone a bit differently. Though again, the problem there wasn't really the death slot. It was the fact that he was giving Zapdos a free turn to Tailwind.
I kind of feel that he should switch out, bringing his Sand mode so that he can outspeed and just Rock Slide everything. But yeah,
Yeah,
Landorus,
-1 Rock Slide just not the strongest option.
Landorus just stops so many of that. So it feels as though Rain is pigeonholing Ian into bringing 4 pawns, which is something that he can deal with.
And the other problem, of course, for Ian is that he can't match Tailwinds because his Zapdos can't move without Landorus, which means the Zapdos is always susceptible to being double targeted by Metagross and Landorus. And we saw from the previous game, from turn 1, that just kills his Zapdos.
Yay, the Ice Punch and the Rock Slide.
Here we see where the berry might have come in useful. Since Ice Punch, we saw that would have brought Zapdos straight to the berry range.
Yeah, all physical attacks being thrown out from the side of Rain here. And even if Ian decides to lead with his mans, he can only ever get the Intimidate on the Landorus.
Salamence is just not in a good position against Zapdos and Metagross.
Yes. But I think it's smart for...
Though if he has Tailwind, maybe he can use Salamence to force Tailwind up instead.
I think it's smart for Rain to lead with the Landorus, because not only does it stop, does it outspeed and can control with Rock Slide, but if Ian does choose to bring in the Sand team, once again, it is a very good counter lead to that Sand. Although
Ian is just struggling to handle the combination of Landorus and Metagross, because all of his Metagross checks are themselves checked by Landorus.
yes, and he himself can't really take out the Landorus as well. We did see the Muddy Water. It wasn't an Assault Vest. The Muddy Water just
Barely a
didn't-
2-hit KO.
yeah. He was lucky he didn't miss as well. There's that, and then the Flamethrower, that was a bit unfortunate, as you mentioned. If he had double edge, then maybe the game would be slightly more in his favor.
Yeah, Rain has no reason to switch it up. Goes to the Landorus Metagross
He
again.
did switch the positions though.
Okay, Justin. As it's gonna be Fini and Aegislash in the field, so yeah, I think Ian recognizes that he has to play the Groundium 50-50 on turn 1 in order to at least put up a check to Metagross on the field.
I don't think you have to though. You could switch out and bring in a Mance.
Or Zapdos.
I think the Mance here would be good because you can intimidate
No,
the
you don't get intimidated on turn 1
Landorus.
though. Oh, you don't intimidate Landorus, yes.
And with that, I think the Aegislash can survive and maybe get off its own Ghostium and kill the Metagross if that's something he wants. But Metagross,
Gonna
range,
switch out.
playing
Zapdos
very
gonna come in
defensive.
here, and the Midseason gonna kick in. Gonna matter against these two special attackers.
For
Now
sure.
Zapdos able to take a Ghostium fairly comfortably.
And Landorus showing the protect here.
Yeah,
no
very
switches.
defensive play for Rain.
No
As
switches.
ooh,
Ooh.
South Swagger, oh, but it's gonna be the avoid. That's not the time when you want Swagger to miss.
Whew. That is unfortunate. And we do see Shadow Claw, so a physical Aegislash here.
Yeah,
So the Misty Seed not gonna...
No, I wouldn't even have come close to KOing anyway.
well, at least a 2-hit KO would be nice. Maybe he could follow up with like a Shadow Sneak, perhaps. Although he is
I
at
don't think
risk.
Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak would KO based on what we just saw.
+2 though, +2. Matthew,
You can
forget the
you can
+2.
see for yourself though. Multiply it by 2 and then you halve the damage again for Shadow Sneak.
True. Well, Shadow Claw does, I believe, have an increased critical hit ratio, so maybe Ian could rely on that. But regardless, I think Zapdos will be able to set off Tailwind here easily.
So Ian isn't really hampered by Tailwind right now, and he does have turns in which his Salamence is not on the field, so he can afford to stall it out before Salamence comes in.
Okay, and Aegislash predictably going back to shield mode.
And still Swagger himself while using King Shield, so he does have that option.
But Landorus could just easily Tectonic and get rid of the Fini here.
I don't think he KOs the Fini.
And we do see Thunderbolt, so no Tailwind coming
So
out from
now he
Zapdos.
would KO the Fini. If he doubles into the Fini,
Will we see the Berry trigger?
oh, I think he's doubling into the Fini.
Yeah, that seems likely.
And that's gonna be a KO. Unless he ground jump into the Aegislash, which is what Ian is praying for right now. But I do think it was a very easy double target into the Fini slot.
Yeah, and
Because, though again, as you pointed out, yeah, actually he did double target. And interesting play because as you pointed out, Ian could have gone for... Oh, actually no. The problem for Ian is that he has to protect his Aegislash because it was in Blade form.
yes,
So even Intimidate wouldn't save Aegislash because it's in Blade form.
yes. I suppose not the Intimidate will help, but switching in so that you'll be immune to the Tectonic will help. And Mance is neutral to Zapdos Thunderbolt, so should be able to survive.
Tyranitar?
Yeah, Tyranitar coming out here. So that's that big question. Did he bring Excadrill as well?
He has at least baited out the Groundium onto a relatively okay target. He didn't lose any of his ground weak mons to a 1-hit KO. He lost the Fini, which actually would have gone down to an Earthquake anyway. But unfortunately for him, he didn't get his berry in time.
Yeah. Well, we
If he
did
did,
see.
he would have survived the Tectonic, I think.
And actually, I think Rain might want to. Oh, okay,
Goes
we
for
do
the
see
White
White Guard.
Guard.
As I was saying, Rain might want to cycle his Intimidate because now he knows that probably the Aegislash
Yeah, it
is
does
more
catch the
physical
Earthquake.
oriented.
So Landorus is going to be rendered ineffective for this turn. And Zapdos going to go for Tailwind. Does go for the
Yes.
Tailwind. But again, he's already faster, so it's not going to impact the field as it is right now. Oh, actually,
Well, it
will.
is now.
Ah, there goes the Dragon Dance. So both players going to have to play White Guard guessing games again next turn.
I think it's fine though because actually Landorus do tend to carry super power.
Yeah, if he's running Protect, his third slot is probably Knockoff.
Earthquake, knockoff.
Rock Slide.
But it's a bit suspicious that Ian hasn't Mega Evolved his Tyranitar. Could be indicative that maybe it's not a Mega.
I actually do doubt it is the Mega. I suspect it is probably a Life Orb Tyranitar. Not quite his beloved Iron Ball because he doesn't have Trick Room anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just gonna go White Guard again, hoping to catch the Landorus.
Ian
Going for Earthquake.
should have adjusted.
Yeah, he
he
just go
is.
for Knockoff into Aegislash. Though I think it's Z move. No, that doesn't look like Z move. Ooh, it's
the
weakness
weakness
policy.
policy. Well then.
As Zapdos go for Thunderbolt, is that going to be enough to KO Aegislash? Oh, but goes to Darita, which is Sand boosted, no paralysis, and Darkinium goes off. And
even
that
better
should
than
KO
Life
the
Orb.
Zapdos.
Even better than Life Orb, Matthew.
Well, for one turn at least.
And I guess if he goes for Zapdos,
Black Hole Eclipse going to go into the Zapdos, I think.
Landorus isn't such a bad choice either, considering how much trouble
Yeah,
it's
it goes
caused
for
him.
Landorus. So let's pick the more problematic offensive target on Rain's team, which will KO after the Dragon Dance. So Rain's decision not to cycle Intimidate's coming back to bite him, as Tarita now going to sit at +1 for the rest of the game. Though at least for Rain, he does have Tailwind up.
Yeah, but I guess he's not too worried because Metagross with Iron Head should be able to deal with the Tarita quite handily.
Does have to worry about a potential +2 Shadow Ball from
Claw.
Aegislash. Shadow Claw, sorry, yeah.
You're right, so maybe he's better off.
And Aegislash is still in shield form, so Zapdos is not going to be able to KO it.
Perhaps a double target, Thunderbolt and Stomping, although you do leave the
Yeah, I do leave
Tarita free.
Tarita open. At this point, I think Ian could just... Ian either has to guess which of his targets will get doubled
Ian
into.
used White Guard the previous turn, so if it goes for King Shield, there's a chance for it to fail.
That's true.
So that's something to consider as well. So I don't think we'll be pressing that button, and I think it's something that Rain will capitalize on this turn here.
Stomping Tantrum into the Aegislash.
No protects coming out.
That should be the KO onto the Aegislash. And leave Tarita open to the attack from the Zapdos. Stomping Tantrum does typically around 60 to Aegislash.
Do see a Thunderbolt here. Not going to paralyze under this Misty Terrain.
Yep.
Does a decent chunk, 25%.
And
And do
Crunch
see
gonna
Crunch.
KO the Metagross here.
Really? With a +1? Yeah, it is enough. So both Ian and Rain just trading Pokemon here. I think they are quite happy with it, how things would turn out. Now both players down to their last two. It's quite close here for Ian. He needs to win this in order to push this to a game
for
3.
Ian, you think? It's gonna be Feeny for Rain. A good choice if it is Salamence. And it is gonna be Salamence for Ian.
Ooh, the Wind God.
Tailwind expired last turn, I think. Or is it one more turn?
I didn't quite keep track.
I think there's one more turn. So which means Ian has a kind of simple double protect if he wants to stall it out.
Fini could Calm Mind, although that won't save it from incoming double edge.
That's true. Won't save it from anything coming its way. He is not pressing Flamethrower anymore.
I think
Zapdos still has its +1 special defense, which is useless right now.
well, if the Tarita has Dark Pulse, Matthew. Nah, but yeah,
seen
with the
Crunch.
Dragon Dance, we've
We've
seen
seen
Crunch, Rock Slide, should
Yeah,
be
it's gonna Mega
likely.
Evolve with Salamence. No reason to keep it as Intimidate when it's down to the last two on both sides.
I think it's pretty smart for Ian to target down.
And Ian's gonna
the
double protect to
Landorus.
stall out the KO win. And he will have the 2 fastest mons on the field, thanks to Dragon Dance.
Ooh, Roost coming out here from Zapdos.
I don't think Zapdos is Ian's biggest concern right now. Does Rain at least capitalize with the Calm Mind, as you pointed out, to get more damage next turn? Does go for it. So Ian going for the easy double protect, but at the same time, Rain recognizing the straightforward play and punishes it with 2 setup moves on his side.
Ian now needs to make a call though. The Fini, is it going to protect? Likely, most likely it's going to protect, so maybe he can safely target down Zapdos. At the same time, if he doesn't, if he ignores the Fini and he goes for attack, and Moonblast will just kill the Mans at this point. So
I
I
think
don't
here though is that if he doubles into Zapdos here and he gets the Rock Slide on Fini, I think a single target Rock Slide might get Fini next turn anyway. 2 Rock Slides from Tarita, 1 spread and he double edge into the Zapdos. Oh, it actually goes for the Fini, gets the Fini. Doesn't get the berry
my
either.
God.
And Rock Slide comes
Damn
out here, boosted by the Dragon Dance, go into the Fini, spread damage onto Fini. I think that goes down. Does go down. Zapdos taken out in a single hit as well. So yeah, no need to double target there. Rock Slide was just
I'm
enough.
surprised the double edge didn't kill the Fini or even do more damage.
No, Fini typically takes that much from double edge.
I see. Okay, I'm not too keen. I'm not too good with the damage calculations, but
Sometimes it's not the physical tour de force it once was in previous
but
generation.
imagine if double edge had done more damage and it
was
triggered
only
Fini's berry.
That would have been trouble.
Yeah, and then from there maybe Fini goes for Muddy Water and drops accuracy, and then things could turn around for Rain for game 2.
And again, I think from what you saw, how much Rock Slide did, I think 2 Rock Slides would have done it if he had gone for... So I think Ian would have won the game barring a Rock Slide miss on either.
Well, 10% chance
Because we saw the
happen.
Rock Slide did 40 to the Fini, so a single target Rock Slide would have finished it off anyway.
Well, the double edge hit first, so I can't really...
Double Edge did around 60, then the Rock Slide did 40. So if he just rock slided and then another rock slide next turn, it probably would have been enough.
Or if he's feeling safe enough, maybe he go for crunch instead.
No. He needed to do more damage the second hit. But yeah, the Dragon Dance paying dividends for Ian there.
For sure. So it's not a Mega Taranta. We did see the Dark Game come out. And as I think I mentioned earlier, although you were really excited, so you cut me off. But I think it is smart that Ian targeted down the Landorus to stop the Intimidate. Because if the Landorus cycled back in and nerfed the Taranta back to neutral, I think maybe Rain's Pokemon would have survived. Yeah.
You have to imagine Fini would have a pretty easy time if Taranta and Salamence were at -1 attack.
Yeah, at the very least, it will make it more likely that Fini's Berry will trigger, which would cause a lot of problems for Ian. We are going down to the last game here between the two, and Fini for and AG Slash for Ian. What worked in game number 2?
Fini though, interesting choice. Didn't really work out for him in game 1. And game 2 for that matter.
I think at the very least, it's very good bait. If you can bait out the Tectonic Rage into your Fini.
But now he knows the damage range on his Fini though.
Will we see another Swagger? Is he confident that he'll hit this time? Although I think
he just gets doubled into though.
Yeah, I think
Rain
Rain just goes for Tectonic here. He maybe Tectonic's the AG Slash.
I think
Ice
the
Punch.
thing here is that Rain can double into the Fini, safe in the knowledge that the AGS cannot one-hit KO his Metagross because all he has is Shadow Claw, unboosted at that point.
Okay. I was thinking that Ian will switch out for Mans to intimidate the Landorus so that his AG Slash could survive. But there are no switches here, so Ian's staying in. Will we at least see a protect on the Fini? Yes, we do.
We'll see the protect on the Fini. But that also means the AG Slash damage output is not going to be the best this turn.
Who double protect?
I don't...
Baiting out the Tectonic at the very least. And if Metagross goes into the...
he's hit into the Fini. I think he's doubling into the Fini. Yeah, he does go for Tectonic. He does get the Tectonic out. So it's a bit of a wasted chance to get Shadow Claw damage off. But at the same time, it does keep him in shield form for potential Swagger play next turn.
Although now White Guard isn't as tempting.
You can White Guard. He can White Guard.
He's Tectonic into the into the AGS. So question.
Does
Landorus drop attack?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
Of course, it's also not a contact move anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, Matthew, you were saying something about AG Slash's damage output not being good enough. Well, I think the weakness policy solves that.
But now he's in Earthquake KO range. No, sorry. Now he's in Stomping Tantrum KO range.
Ooh.
This is not 2012, 2013 Metagross.
I think a Mans is going to switch in. A Mans switch in here would help immensely. But no, okay, he sacrifices. It is the Mans switch in. But the
AG Slash. Recognizing that there's a likely stomping going into that slot.
Well, if Rain reads it and goes for the Ice Punch though, this
please
could
don't
be
swagger
huge.
yourself though.
Do we see a stomping? Oh, okay, into the... And we do see a knockoff.
Taking off the berry from... Oh, okay.
No, into the... No swagger, so at the very least...
Why we swagger? Salamence is not on the ground.
Okay, Muddy Water doing damage,
and
no
still
accuracy
drop, but at least no misses again. And Salamence still needs a bit more damage before Flamethrower KOs though.
The Metagross?
Yep.
At the very least though,
we did see how pathetic his Flamethrower damage was against
now Rain is on the receiving end of the Intimidates here, so Ian flipping the tables. Now...
Yeah, Rain gonna retreat his Landorus, but keeping Metagross in. To try and fire off an Ice Punch, but it won't KO after they Intimidate.
Yeah, Zapdos switches in a pretty good...
Unless Ian forgets to Mega Evolve.
Given how obscure the Mega Evolution button is in this generation...
I've forgotten to Mega Evolve my Salamence on multiple occasions.
We do see a Protect coming out, and we do see Ice Punch into the man, so Rain playing very
Muddy Water again.
Yeah, that's, I believe, in my opinion, that is the best move on a Tapu Fini.
As long as it doesn't miss, it's fantastic. He's not getting any accuracy drops though.
Yeah, and the damage on Zapdos is really poor. Now, that is thanks to the Misty Seed from the Zapdos. Although Zapdos now able to nerf Metagross.
Zapdos has a very free tailwind here.
Yes.
Metagross, I think will switch out now that he is at -1 attack. Yep, gonna switch out Fini perhaps of his own, or he's gonna stack Landorus. Yep, Fini coming back in.
Fini, okay.
Hoping to catch a Flamethrower. Is Ian though? Ian should know that Flamethrower is not gonna do enough at that point though. Does Mega Evolve, so he's going for the attack here. Unless he's, or maybe matching the tailwind. We haven't seen his third slot yet.
Mans does have that option, although I don't think it's very common.
Oh, it actually goes for the Flamethrower. So interesting play, given that Metagross was not going to be KO'd. And tailwind goes up, so Fini gonna be the fastest thing on the field. At least faster than Salamence, which is what Rain wants at this point.
Yeah, and actually looking really, really good. We did see the double edge damage previously. Wasn't enough to bring it down to 50%. And if Rain so desires, you could just switch in Landers again to further reduce the damage output. And Ian's Aegis does switch in, but again, it's not really offering much pressure to the
he
situation.
needs the weakness policy or the swagger boost to do damage, which is kind of the drawback of physical Aegis.
It does have White Guard, so you can at least dissuade Muddy Water, but at this point, Rain is just going to press Moonblast to get rid of the mans. So I guess
try and take advantage of switches to go for Carmine.
Yeah, Ian is going to have to switch out, and Rain is just going to Carmine up and slowly try to grind this game out with his Fini.
This game might just swing on whether or not Rain gets his berry, I think, because the Fini looks very key in this matchup. As well, Ian going to match with his own Fini.
Do see a Thunderbolt come out?
Just the Thunderbolt though. Into the Fini? No, into the Metagross.
Into Aegis Slash, you mean? And we do see a Carmine.
As Carmine comes out. Yeah, Rain taking advantage of a relatively obvious switch to get his boost up. And with 2 more turns of Tailwind, this is starting to look pretty bad for Ian. Shadow Claw crit perhaps?
Well.
Iron Head? Nah, it's just gonna be the Shadow Claw. Into Fini, or into Zapdos. Decent damage, but again, Zapdos can just roost it off.
Yeah.
And has no reason not to roost it off. Both Zapdos and Fini just very unthreatened on the field right now. And now that Rain has seen the swagger on Tapu Fini, he's gonna guess that Ian doesn't have his own Carmine.
That is likely.
Which means that Fini could just Carmine again if he wants to. It's just totally unthreatened on the field right
Ian's Fini could swagger Rain's Fini.
Yeah, Mythic Rain has expired.
I guess that's a play if you don't want to lose more momentum by switching out your Fini. You're open to the Thunderbolt, but your Fini should be able to take it. So, you swagger the opposing Fini and hope it hits itself enough times.
Yeah, that's a lot of times.
Yeah, okay, no, choosing to protect instead. So that's just more opportunity for Rain to set up boost.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be another combine.
I think he should just press swagger.
But he's probably afraid of a double from Moonblast and Thunderbolt.
Well,
yes, Thunderbolt.
That is looking likely.
It's gonna be another combine. No, he does
it
go
is
for
a
the attack.
Moonblast. Into the Aegis, so hedging his bets.
Yeah.
Well, in Blade form, I think, yeah, that would have been a
definitely.
KO. So maybe now he goes for the swagger play. And I think Ian
He's
is
still slower though.
Ian is stuck. I think Moonblast pins down a lot of his switches. One of his Pokemon we know is the Mans, which can't freely switch into a Moonblast.
Yeah,
and likely,
probably Tyranitar,
yeah,
which is also weak to Fairy.
I guess it can take one Moonblast even with a +1 because of the Sand boost. But damage is not something that you want to take on the Tyranitar. You want that damage when you are trading with the Fini, preferably after you've gotten a Dragon Dance up. And we did see previously the Dragon Dance +1 Rock Slide.
It's going to be the Tyranitar coming in.
Oh no, it is the Mans.
Tyranitar.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, he's gonna go for the only option on his team that can take a Moonblast. Let's go for White Guard. Oh,
Muddy Water, predicting perhaps?
why would he Muddy Water though? And Zapdos gonna go for a pretty easy roost. Oh, I suppose he's expecting a Muddy Water as the option to KO Aegis Slash. And he does get it. So yeah, does make a really good read there.
Wow.
Recognizing that Rain was going after his Aegis Slash, and in shield form he needed the Muddy Water and not the Moonblast.
I guess in this case, Muddy Water is a very greedy
Tailwind
move.
does expire, but Tyranitar is probably still slower than Zapdos and Fini before he can Dragon Dance. And at this point, he's not gonna Muddy Water. So Aegis Slash is not gonna be able to get a White Guard to block anything.
If only the Darkium was instead the Rockium.
I don't think he gets the attack off anyway.
Oh, Fini switches out. Landers comes back into play. So intimidating both Aegis Slash and Tyranitar. Although in this case, I think Tyranitar is in a very good position to set up. Aegis Slash could just keep White Guarding. No Tailwind coming out from the Zapdos here. No Protects coming out from Ian's side. So he's either going for an attack or he's going for a Rock Slide, not setting up with Dragon Dance, which is, I think, a bit of a wasted opportunity. But given that he thought the Tailwind does come out.
As Aegis Slash probably going to KO the Landers. Shadow Claw into the Fini slot.
Ooh, okay.
I think Rain takes that. It means he's just gotten a free switch, free Intimidate, and Fini goes back into a good position.
Yeah, I question sacrificing the boost
+1,
that you've gotten. And roosting with the Zapdos also feels a bit iffy. But well, Metagross does come back in, and Tyranitar should be slower.
Yeah,
so
I think Rain actually expected Tyranitar to be faster. He expected Tyranitar to move before Zapdos. so the Zapdos will take the rock slide and then roost.
Oh.
Or for the matter, he roosted to not be weak to rock as well. So either way, the play kind of works out for Zapdos. But the Fini switch out was interesting, to say the least. And now
Fair
Metagross
enough.
comes in. Again, he does pin the EG Slash with Stomping Tantrum. But it is a contact move, so he has to be careful.
He could just go for the Tyranitar though, I feel.
Yeah, Iron Head and Thunderbolt probably. Oh, Salaman's gonna have eat Thunderbolt though.
Yeah, I feel it's a double switch. No!
Ooh, Iron Head into the Tyranitar. No Intimidate, and that's gonna be a KO. Tyranitar just cannot survive a Metagross Iron Head.
I really question not switching out the Tyranitar there, especially considering it was intimidated from the Landorus. You at least want to switch out to reset the
So now
attack
Ian
boost.
does have the speed advantage, but at the same time, I still don't. Oh, and Metagross is in flamethrower KO range now at least.
But you know,
But
Fini
Zapdos
switching is
Just straightforward. There's nothing on Ian's side that can threaten the Zapdos now that Tyranitar is down.
I think Fini comes back in and Moonblast the Zapdos. No, that's very difficult. At this point, Mans has taken too much damage. It's within KO range of the Zapdos Thunderbolt.
And there's really nothing stopping Rain from going for a Protect Tailwind here. Ian cannot bring down the Zapdos. He doesn't have Taunt, doesn't have his own Tailwind. Yeah, there's nothing stopping Rain from going for a
Well,
Protect
the
Tailwind.
Mans could still have a Tailwind, but it is
His
very
only thing
dangerous for it to go for in this situation.
It's his only option to save him against a Protect Tailwind play, I think.
Well then.
And I really don't see what Rain has to fear from going for the Protect and Tailwind.
AG Slash does switch in. And
Yeah, that's Protect, and I think that's going to be Tailwind. And Rain has a really straightforward play here. Since Zapdos even moves before the Tapu Fini.
Wow.
Oh, cool. Does get a second onto EG Stretch, but again, how is he going to get the EG Stretch to attack? It's at 40% HP. It's the slowest thing on the field. And both Metagross and Zapdos have options to KO it at this point.
I feel also now that there is a problem with the Mega Salamence. Once you Mega Evolve it, you lose your Intimidate perk that you have. If Mans had Intimidate, then you could cycle in and out, maybe nerf Metagross and maybe you survive somehow. But once you Mega Evolve, that option is gone entirely, and well,
Just go for Protect. And
nah, EG Slash is the big threat here, especially since you've given it a +2.
yeah, so Ian's hoping that the reverse psychology works out here. That
Oh,
EG Stretch Protect is too obvious, and he does get. Oh, but I think Heat Wave's going to KO anyway.
Really though, but I mean Zapdos special attack isn't that high. It just hangs on with 1 HP. And
He
with the
needs to
Misty
KO
Terrain
with
no
Shadow
burn.
Claw here.
I think he does.
Does he go for Shadow Claw onto Metagross? It should be. Oh, into
No!
Zapdos. Is that going to be enough? It is going to be enough. Does he have Shadow Sneak though, you wonder?
Huh. We have seen White Guard, King Shield, and Shadow Claw.
We haven't seen any Steel Attack. Now we haven't seen Sacred Sword either. But
Eh,
2 Ghost Attack seems a bit excessive. But he's going to need it if he wants to win this game.
well, he's not out of it just yet. Although, yeah, the AG Slash is just gonna die, maybe perhaps to a muddy one. Well, if he White Guards, then maybe he can survive. But yeah, Fini should go down to an Iron Head. Oh, no Shadow Sneak. Iron Head into Fini, will survive.
And Muddy Water comes out, no miss. He's just going to go down. Didn't use White Guard there. So again, we just would have. And doesn't get Barrier on Fini either. Muddy Water comes out. He's not going to kill Metagross based on what we saw in game 1.
Well, accuracy drops could still happen, and they have not happened all game, but they could be big right now.
Hey, that's get it on the Metagross. That's one. But I think he's still in Moonblast KO range.
Well, the first step is to outlast the Tailwind, which I believe should be on at the very least last turn.
We'll find out if he goes for double protect this time.
Hehe.
And again, range has combined.
Yes.
And then once he combines, I don't see Ian having a solution.
Double, as in 2 double edges. I was going to say
He
double
needs
edge.
to dodge the berry.
Yeah, not only that, but the recoil likely might kill the Mans as well. So
Yeah, you're right.
there's that.
Ice punch into the Salamence. It's gonna be the. I think Ice Punch and Combine it was a pretty safe play no matter what.
No, Moonblast.
Moonblast.
That's fine too, considering the Fini is at rather low health. Should have just double protected. He would have been in at least a better position in that case.
Yeah, I wonder what that was about. Since the obvious play for Rain was Ice Punch and Combine.
Mm.
So it covers everything. Double protect,
At the very least,
attack.
you protect your mans. You don't protect your Fini.
Yeah.
Well, I guess no. Maybe he was expecting the Metagross Iron Head to go into the Fini, and maybe leave
And a
the mans
Combine from
open.
Fini. Yeah.
Yay.
Perhaps. Was that really his only out though? It wasn't like he was in a totally unwinnable position at that point. Because once Tailwind expired, he still had the fastest thing on the field.
Yeah, I guess the nature of the game was that.
It didn't seem like he needed to go for such a desperation play of leaving the mans open. It seemed like way too hard of a read to make at that point.
I think he
Unless
was
he miscounted
pressured.
Tailwind.
He was pressured by the Fini's Carmine, because the man's only good damage output against the Fini was double edge, and that comes with a very nice side effect of recoil.
Suicidal
Yeah.
side effect.
Well, most of the game has, I guess, Rain's team always have the natural speed advantage, and that sort of gave an edge over Ian. I mean, Ian's team does hit really hard. We did see the Rock Slide +1 from Tarita.
That's always assuming that Rain doesn't have Landorus to keep his attackers in check.
Yes, it's the matter of Rain being able to strike first and taking Ian's Pokemon out of the picture. We did see the Swagger as well from the Fini onto the Aegis, which I think was a very cute move, but it missed, I think, in one of the games, so it didn't really pay off. And in the second, well, Aegis did survive with 1 HP and got a kill on the Zapdos, although you perhaps argue that a kill on the Metagross would have been more worthwhile.
Yeah, it was the bigger offensive threat. But at the same time, he did recognize that that was his only attack on the Zapdos as well. Double Edge is not very effective, and Fini's not breaking Misty Seeded Zapdos. So he had to pick his poison, and in the end, he tried to live with what the consequences of that decision.
No Sand, which I thought was pretty okay from Ian as well.
And again, let's not forget, Ice Punch could have missed.
Oh right.
No, but I think he doubled.
No. Oh yeah. The mans went down, and then the Moonblast went into the
so
Fini.
It's hard to say. We don't know that for sure. So if he had spread his targets, then if Ice Punch had missed, then maybe the game just swings. Actually, no, it doesn't. Because he doesn't kill Fini.
Yeah,
I think he suicides the double edge. But he probably flamethrowers the Metagross.
Yeah.
Then leaves the Fini 1v2. I think Fini still wins, but he would have much better chance.
Oh, if he went for Carmine, if he didn't, I think.
It just comes
Ian's
down to whether he
Fini-
eats his berry.
Yeah.
Comes down to who eats the berry.
I don't know if Ian's Fini is even holding the berry in the first place. Was it even in range for it to trigger?
It was never in range. Just shot at one point. 46, 92, 188. Yeah.
I guess that's
184.
Isn't that the conundrum that most Pokemon players face?
Yeah,
You don't want to invest too much into your bulk because you want some sort of damage threshold to trigger.
He was 2 HP away at one point.
And you know, if you take away some of the bulk and maybe put a special attack, and maybe you can do a bit more damage to the.
Yeah, it
most
always
Pokemon.
seems very counterproductive. You always want to be as bulky as possible.
But you want
But
your berry to trigger.
Yeah, especially in two cases really. One of them is here with the 50% berry because you want the berry to trigger, and the other case is when you have Endeavor on your moveset and you want to go to 1 HP.
Well, that wasn't really the case in this game, but I can see what you mean.
So when you think about the accuracy drop, maybe Ian did have the right idea there. So it wasn't as wow of a desperation play as I initially thought it was. Since now that you take the accuracy drop into consideration, there was a chance there.
But if you consider just a -1 stage in accuracy, that's just a decrease in what, 20%? Less than that?
Yeah,
is that really
but
something?
It still gives him a chance. Though again, maybe the double tag would have been better.
Yeah, considering his Wind God's main strength is speed, which was being put down by the opposing Tailwind, and it was the last turn of Tailwind as well.
Yeah, it's strange because it was the last turn of Tailwind. So it could have just been stalled out. But again, you remember in game 2 what happened when he tried to stall out Tailwind? Ray got a free Carmine up.
And the rules on the Zapdos to boot as well.
Yep. So I think that did weigh on his mind. The fact that Rain had predicted the obvious double attack on the last turn of Tailwind and punished it.
Well, overall still, I think a pretty good series of games.
Yeah, especially since the game 1 was just an absolute ruffle storm. Ian did really well to bring it back and give us a very close set. So kudos to Ian. Unfortunately, does fall short, drops to 1-1. Rain moves on.
undefeated
One of our
so
shining
far.
stars this season, definitely.
Yeah,
Did well in the last, did well in the open.
We'll
falling to-
see how far he goes.
Yeah, yes, we see the Maul. Maul would have been a lot better in that matchup, you wonder.
Hey, with the intimidate. Yeah.
With the Intimidate, with the super effective attack on Metagross. Yeah, oh well. Live and learn. This is why you trust your waifu, Ian. So, well played to both players, and we will see you for round 3, so stay tuned.